Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the RMU Sports Complex Olympic Arena for this ACHA Division I matchup between your Robert Morris Colonials and the Temple Owls. I'm Andrew Keel, alongside me, Caden McCrory, as we get ready for this matchup. The Colonials 4-4 coming into this matchup.
Yeah, the stretch of last week was the ups and downs of a hockey club. They have Kent State come here to the Olympic Arena, don't put on their best showing, they lose that one 3-2. They head to Mercer, play an absolute beating on their divisional rivals, and the Lakers scored 4 goals in the first period. They're riding a high. As for Temple, they're coming off a little bit of a rough stretch. They had a shootout loss and then a 4-2 loss as well. So Temple's trying to get back in the win column tonight, Andrew.
They're looking to get hot. The Colonials looking to stay hot after that win at Mercyhurst. Starting for the Colonials, once again, Patrick Colburn has gotten almost every game for the D1 Colonials, 3-3, 244 and a 937 save percentage. He's looked really hot.
Yeah, he really has, and for the sophomore, last year it was kind of up for grabs who's going to be the starter riding forward between Rena Patrick and Patrick Colburn. And Patrick Colburn has really come out flying as of recently to be that number one goaltender for Coach Joseph. He ended up getting both games last weekend. That's unheard of when you usually carry 3 Holly goaltenders to play the same one back-to-back in divisional games.
Temple coming all the way from Philadelphia for these 2 games this weekend.
Sure, they had a charter bus on side of the parking lot, Andrew. Very nice bus.
Taking out some parking spots for some Colonial fans for this rink and the other rink.
Yeah, some fans not too happy when I pulled my car up next to that bus. Were saying, what are they doing here? And I said, well, they have nowhere else to go. I don't know what they're supposed to do here.
In net for Temple, it looks like it'll be Nick Golis. 5-1, 2-6-7, and a 929 with 1 shutout as well.
Yeah, really good start for the season for Golis. Out of him and Joey Gambino, the ones that are dressed, Golis was the only returner from those two. Had really good numbers last year, despite only having a 7-9 record, a 3.74 goals against, and an 8.98 save percentage.
The Colonials going to start with the first line. The brand new Devin Rorick coming in. Already 15 points on the young season, 9 goals for him playing first line.
Yeah, he's had an impressive start to this season. Him and Michael Hurst have just had that instant chemistry all season long. And having an elite goal scorer like that is something they sorely missed last season after losing the likes of Adamski and Kramer.
As we get ready for the national anthem, John Tucci is back in the building. Tucci is done. Game is going to start as soon as Temple can get a net. Refs have yet to do it. So we're going to be an interesting strategy for the Colonials, shooting along the far boards as opposed to on a net in the net.
Yeah, that is a really interesting strategy. I'm not sure how that works. I know sometimes in beer league, and Andrew, we've seen this in Deck Hockey sometimes, you want to play post. Usually it's still in the crease, though. I don't think along the boards is the smartest idea, but, interesting tactic, to say the least.
Refs finally moving the net over as we get ready for puck drop here. Colonials and Owls. Non-league game, so not overly important for the Colonials, but you want to stay hot.
Yeah, you definitely do. You're going to ride the high of being a team like Mercyhurst. And when it comes in time for the national rankings, beating a team like Temple has had a very up and down season, has beaten some good teams, has lost to some okay teams. It still looks good on the resume to at least go 1-2 against the Owls here. And the Owls, this is not their first CHMA action. They actually played West Virginia earlier in the season and split against them.
As we get ready here, Owls win the face-off and move it back in their own zone. Garfield will send it up, and in come the Owls moving in. Shot from the low circle, goes wide, back to the point. Garfield will pick it up, he'll send it back below the net. Isaac there, and a little scuffle on the boards. Eventually picked up and flipped out, and poked all the way out by Draper, where the Owls will recollect in their own zone. Immediately sent in and off of Rob Byrne. That one's going to sting, but goes an Owl bounce off of it, as now they have possession in the offensive zone again. Sent behind the net, tried to send in front, not there, and now Draper will pick it up, just a loose change right in front of Coburn. He's going to flip it up. Moving in, Rorick. He'll have it and lose it to 3 Owls around him as the Colonials go for a change. Reed with a little bit of help, but the Owls will still take possession. It'll be sent all the way across and now into the slot. Great defensive effort there. Cutting off that breakaway attempt, both catching him from behind.
Yeah, good job from the Colonials. Just fresh off the bench, get those good legs on, and that one will go out of play off of Keith Reed. Speaking of, 100th career game for Keith Reed tonight. The fourth-year centerman, now captain of the Colonials. So congrats to Keith.
100 career games this season, 5 points, 3 goals, 1 power play, and 1 shorthanded.
Special teams are important, Andrew. That's how you're going to score. I think the coach is pretty happy with that.
Lerner will send it across. Before it gets dumped all the way in, icing is the current call and is whistled down.
Oh, Hodgson, who was the first to touch up on that icing, accidentally running into his partner, Soldi. Speaking of the decor, though, Alejandro Apud back in the lineup after missing the last handful of games. So getting an extra body on that bench, now 19 healthy skaters for Coach Joseph. Massive coming down the stretch.
Face off in front of goalless. Won by the Colonials. Back to the point. Hodgson's shot gets deflected and goes wide. Elliott will flip it out for the Owls, where it's picked up by Bortone. He'll carry in. Shot save made by Coburn and a whistle.
On that shot attempt, you see Hodgson attempting to clear that crease, getting a little slash in there. Wonder if that's going to set the tone here of that physicality nature that RMU kind of likes to draw that fine line in between. Those extra whistle whacks aren't going to go all game long, but get them while you can.
Colonials win the draw again. Walker with that one. Can't clear it out, though. It's going to be kept in. Turned over to Finnegan, who will flip it out. Chasing after it is Moran, but the Owls will have it. Sends it behind the net. Picked up by Lansdowne. He will try and carry. Gets bodied a little bit there by Sharamonte. A lot of fighting for it along the left boards. It's going to be picked up by Finnegan behind the net. He'll flip it across. Bounce goes off of Walker's skate and eventually makes its way deep into the Owls zone. Flipped out. Bad collision in the corner there as the puck ends up all the way down to picked up by Dobransky. He'll leave it for Finnegan. Finnegan will carry. Hits the red line, dumps it in. Goalless out behind the net to pick it up. Sauer will send it around, and Jensen will hold. shot by the Colonials. Save there, and a cover by Golis.
Job well done from Sean Patton. Plays the body along the Temple bench. Makes the hit, puts the shot on. Easy stop for Golis, but gets the line change on for the Colonials after that third line was out there for 45 seconds plus.
Another win for the Colonials, but Byrne in the wrong position. That one's going to go all the way down in their own defensive zone. He'll pick it up, skate behind Coburn. He'll pass it up the wall. Just a little out of reach. Now Patton. Patton's shot save made by Golis, and a cover.
Common theme so far, shots from outside and trying to get the rebound. They must see something with Golis where they're just trying to take advantage of that second, third shot opportunity. But so far, Golis keeping those rebounds to a minimum, and the defense of the Owls preventing any chances in front.
Martin behind the net, sends it in front, sticked away by Golis. Big hit there by Reed. Owls will take it, turned over at the blue line. Bad bounce off the wall, and now here come the Owls. Moving in, shot is blocked by Byrne. Sends it back to the slot over the net. Colonials racing for it. Reed will have it. He'll leave it for Martin. Martin with a huge reverse hit right in front of us.
Whew, beautifully done by Braden Martin.
Garfield will carry for the Owls. He'll flip it out. Goes to Byrne's stick. Byrne tries to thread the needle. Can't do so, but it will make its way over to Isaac, who flips it towards the net. Golis will send it towards the corner as down goes Patton. The Owls, they'll carry now. Phillips through center ice. Leaves it off. Tries to go for the top of the slot. Bounces off the stick, though. Phillips along that far boards. He'll try and leave it down. Byrne will flip it, not out, kept in, was out. Ruled off sides. So just making it out, just barely.
Yeah, good attempt from Temple, trying to keep that in. Referee, or excuse me, the linesman right on that to get the right call there, trying to play that one back in. But look at the positive, line change here for both sides.
Fourth line get the jump on for the Colonials. Kohlberg will have it. He'll leave it back for Hodgson. Hodgson, he'll pass this one up. Shot there. Save made by Golis once more.
Passanante, the one takes the shot there, Andrew. The one that got the goal scoring going against Mercyhurst on Saturday. His first of his career. And the fourth line seemingly starting to get a little bit of traction here as they continue to get the play together.
Goes back to the point. Save made by Golis on Hodgson. And another whistle. Same side.
Clean win from Trevor Kohlberg to get that shot back to Hodgson. And that's the defenseman you want taking the shots. The most active in both zones is 13 at 10th the A. Beautifully job done.
Almost got another one there. Just picking it off, though, are the Owls. Kohlberg, he'll receive it and flip it out before it is picked up by the Owls. Sent across, intercepted pass here. Here comes Strutt. Strutt moving in, has a screen off the pad. Almost had him beat. Sent back in the Colonial way. Goes all the way around the boards. Will make its way out, but Strutt fighting two bodies alongside the puck. Strutt will be the first one to pick it up out of the scrum. Sends it back to Hodgson. Hodgson hits one up. Hurst can't control it, and it goes back into the Colonial zone. Isolde's pass gets deflected, and now the Owls have possession once more. Garfield across the Lansdowne. He will carry. Gets his pocket picked almost by Rorick. Sent towards the net and chipped wide. Colonials. A lot of pressure right now, moving it up, and here's Rorick. Moving in. Shot. Save made by Golis. Goes into the corner. It's going to be moved forward by Temple. Elliott couldn't get there, and then the Colonials sent it right back in off the stick of Dobransky.
Quick side note, Andrew. That's the second time a Colonials got down close to that blue plane hard into the wall. Something maybe with the ice here that's going to cause some problems.
Sent in by Finnegan. Golis out behind his net to play it. He'll flip it around right to Draper, though, as He sets at the line. Dobrinsky's shot blocked. Colonial's battling for it in front. And eventually cleared by Temple. Finnegan across to Dobransky. Dobransky just bounces off his stick. Sends it up to Hurst, who will flip it towards the net. And picked up behind by Sauer. Sauer will hold. He will eventually move it up before it is turned right over as here comes Garrett Walker. He'll send it towards the slot. One more pass attempt across. Unable to make it all the way across was Martin. Or Moran. Owls are offside as Finnegan holds. Has to wait for them to regroup as he will move up himself. Sent in and off a yellow beam in the ceiling. And a whistle.
That was a loud clank off of that one. But what a play from the Owls. You see Walker, Moran, Chermont's unit who's been buzzing all season long. And the defense of the Owls, led by Seth Lerner, they're getting in the lane and taking away that chance. Or else that was a wide open backdoor for Chermont streaming down the right wall.
Owls win another face-off as they're going to hold it in their own zone. Pass intercepted by Reed. He will hold and lose it and then sent in by Isaac. Goalless out of his net yet again. Leaves it for Lerner. Reed with another good keep opportunity. Once again, just falls off his stick. Isaac. He'll try and flip it just out of reach of Martin. Moving in, Colonials. Isaac's shot gets tipped off the post. And now, back the other way, the Owls. Bullard, he'll leave it. Sticky ice as that one almost went wide.
It seems like a common theme here where the ice is just not giving bounces and favors to anybody right now.
Martin will flip this one up to Patton. Patton sends it in deep. Goalless will play it. Leaves it off for Lansdowne. He'll carry. He'll leave it to Phillips, who gives it right back, and then sent in by Lansdowne. Coburn off the glass. Holding his strut. He'll send it across. Isaac. Up one more time to Coburn, and he will send in. Lansdowne behind his own net. He'll try and flip it up. Out of reach. No icing is the call. Must have got a tip on the way out. Byrne will send it behind. Hodgson flips it up to Passanante. Turned over. Phillips will carry. Phillips still has it in his feet. Poked out by Strutt. Sauer gets the pass from his own man. He'll flip it up. Moving in and poked away by the skate, but sent right back in by the Owls. Coburn behind his net will leave it for Hodgson. Hodgson up to Passanante. His pass is blocked. Clearing attempt by the Owls is blocked, and now Hodgson with it. Leaves it off. Another blocked pass, but now Kohlberg has it. He'll send it across, just bounces off the stick of Passanante. He gets bodied along the boards. And now the Owls, they'll send it all the way up in a big hit, and that'll be called on Hodgson.
Yeah, got the knee out, stretching across, just trying to make contact, and they'll get him for the knee here. A bad penalty to take. I understand trying to lay the body. Can't get the knee looking out. Even if it's incidental, they're going to call it every time.
So Hodgson will go to the box for a trip. Power play for Temple here. Based on the stats that I see here, I see 7 power play goals for Temple so far this season. So little under 1 a game for them. Shot from the point, save made by Coburn, and coming out. Goalless will come all the way out. Very active goaltender to play that puck. I don't know if that's a smart strategy against a very forward-heavy Colonials penalty kill. Moving in. He will circle back to the point. Rudolph will leave it off. Lansdowne's shot is blocked. Around back to the point, fans on it. Colonials trying to get it out, and they will, because that one will go out to center ice and roll its way into the defensive zone.
You vaguely touched on it there. The forwards of this penalty killer are very active, and they've been awarded 3 shorthanded goals on the season so far for them.
Very strong last season, very strong start this season offensively for this shorthanded unit. As here comes the Colonials. They're going to leave it off and go for a change. Goalless will stop it for Sauer. Reed on the pressure. Sauer will move it. He'll leave it off. Sent behind the net. Still holding. A lot of pressure on him. Big hit there by Dobransky. Back to the point. Temple holds. Down to the corner. Towards the slot. Shot there. Gets tipped into the netting. Shot there by Sauer. And deflected by a Colonial in front.
The last 15 seconds, our Temple really had some A-plus chances just moving that puck around. The best they've looked so far on this power play. But the Colonial PK just getting in those shooting lanes as they always do well and forcing that puck to go out of play.
Face-off win for the Owls. Sauer sends it across. Stelasico shot. Goes behind the net. Owls still with it. Back to the point. Sauer waits, passes, slap shot, goes wide, and all the way down as the penalty expires. Goalless will come out to play it. Moving in was Sharamonte. He had a full head of steam, and I don't know if Goalless saw that coming.
No, he definitely did, and that's the one downside of being an active goaltender right there.
Tried to go for a wraparound. Misses wide. Sharamonte with a huge hit. Passes, shot is then blocked. Can the Colonials pick it up? They will not. Temple will recollect.
I don't know what it is about the physicality right now, but the Colonials are just seemingly rolling right now with the physicality game.
Colonials back with it in possession, seemingly completely re-alive after the penalty kill. Creasy, he'll carry, maybe trying to stop that trend from continuing. Hodgson behind the net. He'll send it around to Hurst. Hurst will try and flip it out, can't get it out. Kept in at the line. Phillips sends it back, shot there, goes wide. Over, Lerner holds. Lerner tries to send it in front, blocked by a Colonial behind the net, and now the Colonials will grab it. Hurst. Pass this one up to Draper. Draper tries to leave it. Hurst instead will pick it up, the loose puck, rebound, no one there. Draper with a big hit, and it'll make its way back to the point.
The Owl defense, again, just getting in the lane and taking those shooting chances away. They've done that really well in period 1.
Hodgson up to Reed. Reed tried to hit Draper, and barely offside was Reed on the return feed.
We talked about Reed earlier, about 100 career games. Speaking of close to 100 games, Mr. Draper himself is now 3 away from that milestone. Did he probably play more than 100? Yeah, but the Archer site says 97, so we're going to go off of that one.
Reed tried to jump the faceoff on that one. Temple won it back. Reed almost taking possession for himself. Hodgson tries to clear it. Won't make its way out. The Owls. 2 defensemen moving in. Back to the point. Lansdowne. He'll send it back. Hodgson will be there to pick it up, try and get it out, and he will, where it will be picked up by Heskett. Heskett across to Lansdowne. Moving in and sent in. Coburn will leave it. Bodies collide behind the net. Could have been Coburn if he wasn't slick enough to get out of there. A lot of bodies behind the net. Looks like with those Colonials coming in, almost 8 bodies behind the net, and they come out with it, and they come out with numbers now. Martin, he'll flip it in the offensive zone. He'll be one of the first to get there. Will not beat Lansdowne as he will send it behind the net. First to get there was Strutt. Martin will pick up the pass. Martin behind the net, sends it in front. No one there, makes its way all the way to the point. Waits, fires. Blocked. Martin. He'll send it back behind to Strutt. Strutt moving in. Shot goes wide. Kohlberg to it. He'll send it back behind the net. No Colonials in the vicinity, and Lansdowne will get it out. Tried to clear all the way down the ice. Temple going for a change. Colonials can't take advantage. Finnegan will send it over. Coming in and leaving it there with Passanante as turned over the Owls. Coming in. Tries to send it in the slot. No one there. And then it'll make its way to the far boards. Shot there is blocked. Finnegan sends it behind the net, where it's picked up by Dobransky. Dobransky will send it back over to Finnegan. We'll try and send it in the slot. Tipped, but not tipped far enough. And we have an icing, 4:23 to go in the first.
Despite the icing, the fourth line has really impressed me tonight for the Colonials. They've been physical, they've gotten chances on net, and their defensive play has been very well. Down the stretch, that is something that needs to continue for this Kohlberg, Passanante, and Strutt unit. So they're going to be asked to do a lot coming down the stretch. Speaking of Alejandro Pudiswell earlier, activated off IR today, has not touched the ice in period 1 so far.
Bad pass there from D to D, sends him out of the zone. Where it's going to be picked up by Dobransky after the clear in by the Owls. He'll flip it up forward. Fanning on that attempt with Passanante. But bouncing puck lands right on the stick of Kohlberg. Kohlberg, he'll leave it. Shot there, deflected wide off the stick. Sent towards the slot. And the net coming off from a streaking Moran.
I think that might have been the best case scenario for the Colonials there. If that puck takes a bad bounce, the Owls have a break the other way. But now, offensive zone draw, and you get the change. I take that as a win if you're Coach Joseph on the bench here.
Coming on with the third line now. Walker in the draw for the Colonials. Will win it back to the point. Shot there gets saved by the stick of Golis. And a bounce goes the Temple way as they will take it into the Colonial zone. Back to the point. Pass there is blocked, but there is Lansdowne to send it right back in for Temple. As they get a full change, Finnegan will take it out of his zone. Finnegan moving in will flip it on net. Golos will get the stick out before it is sent along the boards. Colonials intercept into the slot. Rebound shot slot is there and goes wide. Here comes Moran. The other Moran. Sent behind. Colonials moving forward. Pass off the skate of Sharamonte. He could have been away. Big hit there. Colonials with it. Byrne behind his own net. He'll flip it up. No one there for the Colonials, and it's intercepted by Sauer, and he'll move it up for the Owls. 2 passes, shot. Goes way wide into the corner. Cleared out by the Colonials. And moving forward, Rorick now. He'll flip it up to Draper. Draper into the slot. Shot blocked in front. Could have had a nice bounce to Rorick. Just lands off his stick, but he pickpockets one. Gets taken down, no call. Draper sends it towards the slot. No one there. And now Temple will take it back into the offensive zone. Big hit by Byrne. Temple has it. They're at the bottom of the red line. And sent in deep off the stick of Moran. Or Hurst. Isaac, he'll send it around. Holding are the Owls. Shot is blocked by, I believe that was Byrne. Behind the net now. Sent into the slot. Shot, I believe was blocked. Might have been a save by Colburn. Great A opportunity there for the Owls. They still have possession in the offensive zone. Tries to go towards the point. Poked out by Hurst. And will be no icing as he gets there before the puck. Chance there. Blocked away by Byrne. Hodgson moving into the offensive zone. Here's Hodgson. He'll try and send it towards the slot. Will make it there. Shot there. Goes wide. Off the stick of Martin. Colonial still looking to put pressure on. 2 Owls around the puck. And a penalty coming up. With a high stick is the call on Patton, I believe. That's not one you're going to be happy with.
No, that's definitely a preventable one. You're battling along those boards. You got to keep your stick level. You ride up like that, there's a referee right there to watch it, to call that one. But for goalless? Oh, he came across, Andrew.
That's what I saw.
Well, our angle is very hard, so I think you have a slightly better look here. Let's talk about goalless quickly. Aggressive out of that net has caused a lot of problems for RMU. Usually for a goaltender, you're not supposed to be battling out of the paint constantly, but he's making RMU take some bad shot opportunities.
Power play for Temple. 1 minute to go. If they can't score, it'll go 1 minute into the second. Sauer will send it down the boards. We'll try and send to the slot. Save there by Colburn. Colonials fighting for it. It'll eventually make its way to an owl stick. Back to the point. Still lots to go across to Sauer. Sauer, one more pass. Shot from the top of the circle, gets tipped towards the net, but then cleared out of danger by the Colonials. 22 to go. Battling for it along the boards, killing time are the Colonials. As they're going to fight for it, try and get it out. 12 seconds to go. Flipped up in the air, and now here come the Colonials. Can't get a full opportunity. 4 seconds to go. Can the Owls get a shot off? Shot save made. Rebound in front. Too late. And that will be it for the first period. Colonials 0, Owls 0.
Well, some feisty play there, but work from Stalacio and Sauer getting back, or that's a breakaway for Moran and getting a nice opportunity. Then the follow with Hodgson. Get a lot of shaking up there at the end of the period, but hopefully he'll be good to go. But RMU mainly holding the pace of possession here. Temple has fought off some good chances. They had some good goaltending from goalless and some good defense in front of them. But if you want to look at the deserve to win meter, it's probably leaning towards RMU in the slightest margin right now. But we have a tight hockey game. It's pretty interesting how this one's going to play out.
It's definitely a tight one so far. Both teams have had a good amount of possession. I've seen some Temple have a lot of possession. I've seen RMU have a lot of possession. We'll see if that changes in the second period. We will step away. 14:47 currently on the clock. We will see you in about 14. Welcome back for period number 2. Colonials, Owls. It's tied at 0. Power play resumes for Temple.
It's going to be an interesting start to this period, Andrew. They have a minute to work with. Honestly, I think if they get on the board early here, it might set the tempo for the rest of this game. I think whoever gets on the board first is going to control play. And I was talking actually with Caleb McCabe, one of the scratches today for RMU, and he mentioned that Temple's defense is kind of running this trap coverage where they won't let you go through the middle. It's almost like a ball hockey kind of setup where they're only going to allow you to shoot from the outside, and you're not going to be able to get that rebound. And through that first period, RMU really struggled in getting in front of goalless' crease. There's a couple of chances that squeaked through the middle that were some okay chances, but the way Temple's locking down defensively, it's a strategy that I think could be really effective throughout the rest of this game and really prevent RMU from just getting any type of chances on goals.
Colonials got to do a better job getting in front of the net.
It's as simple as that. We could say as simple as that, but when you have 5 guys collapsing and taking away the middle, it's not as easy as it may seem. But you have big bodies, guys like, say, Anthony Charamonte. He's probably your best bet to get someone parked in front of goals' crease.
Colonials win the draw. Charamonte will send it back to Byrne as we get a whistle because the penalty clock did not continue.
Interesting. I thought those things were synced.
I thought they were too. But also you have during the intermission.
That's right. Maybe just like a simple, forgot to press the button here. But this should come to center ice. I think Temple's
They're restarting the whole period.
Okay.
20 minutes back on the clock. And once again won by Moran. Back to Byrne, who will now clear it correctly. The Owls now carrying. Sent back into the defensive zone. No one there off the pass from Lansdowne. Moving in, shot save made by Coburn into the netting. 19:39 and 39 on the penalty to go.
Yeah, not a bad play from Temple there, just to get the whistle reset and maintain or get the possession in your zone. Coburn is going to make that save. That's as simple as that. But the reset here for Temple is huge.
Colonials almost take advantage and clear that. Now they will get the puck. Isaac there, not get it out. Lansdowne will send it right back into the zone where it's picked up by Bullard. Behind the net. Fighting for it, poked out, chipped by Cheramonte, and then chipped by Moran, and that will go all the way down. Lansdowne will be the first one to it. Moran putting on the pressure, takes him down. Lansdowne almost falls as well. Now, the Owls moving in, shots there, goes wide. Bullard couldn't keep track of it. Penalty expires. Colonial's back to even strength. Reed will pick it up. He'll circle around. With speed, leaves it for Patton. Patton will go to the outside. Over across to Reed. Reed toward Byrne in the slot. Still holding, send in front. Save made, rebound blocked. That time on Martin. Hodgson will send it back in. Good play there along the boards by the Colonials to keep that one in. But the Owls will take possession. Turned over. Patton almost had a great chance right in the slot. He does have a better chance as a beautiful upcoming chance gets negated by, I believe, the net coming off?
Yeah, net comes off, and you saw a little hack and whack in there. Patton with one of the Owls as well as Hodgson getting in there. But the bad part for Temple there and why there are so many chances in front of goalless, the power play unit was stuck on the ice. So having, all of your offensive-minded players does not help in a situation like that with the Colonials pressing in front of your goaltender.
Owls win the draw. They'll send it behind their own net, send it right back. And now Temple, out of their own zone, sends it up. Pass goes off a stick, and the Colonials will take it. Hodgson will pass it up to Draper. Draper gets poked off his stick. Now the Owls will recollect, and poked off there. Here come the Colonials. Moving in, pass across, can't find the stick of Hurst, and the net comes off once again. Second time this period over.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a common theme here. But we've seen the ice not really giving anyone some favors. Saw a couple of Colonials go down the first. You see the net down there, and a couple of guys go down the second. I feel like the ice is just not up to the standards everyone wants it to be right now. But what a play from Rourke, trying to look for the back door.
That one goes back to the point. Sent across. Hodgson's shot is not on net. Beautiful chance to get into the slot. No one there, though. Hodgson. He'll move it up. Rourke will carry. Moves it over to Hurst. Hurst back towards the slot. Rourke's shot goes wide. Hurst wraparound save made by goalless. Now the Owls, they have possession. They're going to send it all the way across into the offensive zone. Loops back around and sent in. A lot of bodies digging for it. Who will come out with it? It will be the Owls. Sent across. Colonials intercept. Back to the point. Sent in deep again. Sloths go back to the point. Across. Shot there. Gets blocked in front. Digging for it's in a lot of sticks. And eventually Rourke gets taken down and it's out of the zone. Hurst will then flip it all the way in so the Colonials can get 4 out of 5 bodies off. Owls moving up. Big hit there by Cheramonte along the boards. Sauer still with it. He'll send it across. Can't find the stick of Rudolph. Now here come the Colonials. Cheramonte with it. Cheramonte moving in. Shot goes high. Kept in at the blue line. Cheramonte gets it poked off his stick there. And now the Owls take possession again. They're going to move their way in. Sent across. Shot blocked there by Finnegan getting across. He's able to get across really well. Walker. He'll send it behind. Dobransky. He'll try and find the stick of Moran out of reach and icing.
This new defensive pair put together last Friday for the Kent game. Finnegan, Dobransky. 6'3" and 6'4" respectively. Both kind of more defensive than offensive. Have really been this just lockdown pair for Coach Joseph these last handful of games. Having two physical, active blocking shot defensemen is huge. as they switch up the Finnegan-Hodgson pair. This pair has looked like wonders for RMU so far.
Shot there gets blocked in front. Pazavan sends it around. Dobransky, the first one too for the Colonials. Sharamonte will carry and turns it over. Dobransky will get the puck back, though, for the Colonials before turning it back over again. And here come the Owls. Turns it back over again. Dobransky with it. Behind his back to Moran, up to Walker. Walker will send it across. Shot there off the pad and into the corner. Finnegan with a nice keep. Bullard will pick it up and turns it over. Colonials still with the possession. Towards the net, blocked. Tries to be sent out. Dobransky thought he could keep it in. Now the Owls moving in. Shot goes wide. Dobransky fighting for it. In the corner, sent across. Bouncing puck, just can't find the stick. That one's going to be cleared out there by Passanante. Where the Colonials repick it up. Dobransky will flip it off the wall. And it'll go right back to him. Dobransky moving in. Sent in deep. No Colonial there to chase. Behind the net, sent across. Temple now, a lot of possession. Not a lot of offensive possession, though. Moving in, Colonials. Passanante sent in front. Sent wide by the stick of Golis. Sent behind the net. Reed. He'll carry. Sent across, shot there by Passanante. Rebound in front. Colberg can't get a full handle on it. Reed with a big hit. Isaac intercepts the clearing attempt, tipped wide. Reed, he's been shot out of a cannon in this shift. He's all over the place. Shot there, goes all the way to the corner. Isaac barely keeping that one in. And now the Owls regroup finally with full possession. And just as I say that, pass goes off a skate. Now the Colonials have it again. Byrne up to Patton. Patton to Byrne, or to Reed. Reed shot. Save made by Golis. Taken away. Martin down to Patton. Back to Martin. Patton fell over. And no one in the far corner for the Colonials to take advantage of. Big hit there. And Byrne will send it right back in.
Colonials have just had the constant pressure. And Temple just struggling to get anything going right now.
Temple now 2-on-2 developing. As it's Barrett. Barrett will leave it at the point. Shot there gets sent wide. Stelasio towards the slot. Blocked in front. Now the Colonials moving in. Hurst between his legs. Makes the defender miss. Sent out in front. Shot is blocked there. And now Temple. Draper all over the ice. Keeps that one in his feet somehow. He's still got it in his feet before turned over. Behind the net. Colonials holding. Back to the point. Hodgson. He'll send it back in deep. Towards the slot. Tipped away. And now the Owls carrying. That one's going to be intercepted by Hodgson. And another, bad bounce off the stick. As here comes Barrett. He gets taken out. Hurst now. Odd man rush. Leaves it for Hodgson. Hodgson's shot goes high off the glass. Sent back in by Rorick. Where it is picked up during a change, and Temple will slow the possession.
That hit by Hodgson, what we saw earlier where he took the penalty, that's exactly how you execute a hit like that.
Sent in front, pass there. Out of reach, and now here's Walker. Walker tries to send it up to I believe that's Moran. Just off of Temple's stick, though. The Owls moving back in. Have a little bit of numbers sent across. Unable to get it. And then a shot from the point is saved by Colburn. That one goes off the back of Walker. He'll be the first one to it. Gets poked off his stick, though. And here come Temple. 2-on-2 for the Owls. Shot there goes way wide, and it'll make its way out to the point. Point shot goes way wide up into the netting, and a stoppage of play.
We'll finally get a breather here, Andrew, but constant pressure in front of goalless, and exactly what I was talking about earlier with Temple and their collapse and everything in front to prevent these shots has now been the complete opposite. They've struggled in getting the puck out. They've struggled in taking away the man in front. They've struggled with good out chances in the slot. And they need to get back to that if they want to have a chance here in this game. Because what they did in the first, perfect. Second, not so.
Reed with a nice face-off win. He'll send it back to Finnegan. Will make its way back to Reed as he moves into the slot. Sent over. Patton had a great chance. Get his pickpocketed off his stick, though. Reed with a nice hit. Icing called. Finnegan wins the race over Lutz. And we will have an offensive face-off for the Colonials.
Temple's arguing a call here behind the play, Andrew. As Reed, I don't know if you caught, Reed had a contact on Sowers. He went into the wall. Wanting a penalty there, maybe saying that he got a little high. But we've seen these extra after the play hits occasionally throughout this game. You wonder if that spark is starting to get relit again.
Face-off won by the Owls. Attempting to clear, kept in by Reed. Fighting for it, and eventually will make its way to a Temple stick. It's Bullard, and now the Colonials back in their defensive zone. Lutz gets taken down. No one there for the Colonials to take the puck. Sent in deep. Dobransky, the first one to it. As he will get a huge reverse hit there. And the puck goes straight to Martin Stick, who will send it all the way up to Strutt. Strutt. He'll strut in the offensive zone. Shot there is off the pad. Back to the point. Dobransky's shot gets tipped and wide. Just barely. Martin had a great chance on that one. Fakes the shot with Sauer. Blocked by Finnegan. Sauer still fighting for it. Will find its way to Finnegan's stick, and he'll send it up. Kohlberg, he'll send it in deep.
That's the fourth line again, Andrew, being really active in the defensive zone to get that puck out.
Temple now 2-on-2 once again. Could be a 3-on-2 shot there off the post. Great shot there from Croyce. And now the Colonials with it. Sent all the way around to Strutt. Strutt flips it off the boards, and it'll make its way back in. Byrne. Can't get a full handle on it. A lot of battling in front. Byrne will flip it all the way out, and going back to get it is Lansdowne. Sends it back. Isaac will send it right back the other way. Kohlberg will be the first one to pick up the loose puck. Leaves it for Byrne. Has Hurst, but just getting a stick in the way there was Roscoe. Sent into the net. And now, bad bounces. Here come the Owls moving in. Shot, scores! Charles Phillips will score, and it is 1-0 Temple.
It's a bad break for the Colonials. Phillips had a lot of room. Colburn giving that up high space over his glove, and perfectly pickpocketed there by the stick of Phillips. 5th of the season. And what seemingly was a really bad start to the period by the Owls has now just been rejuvenated by that shot. It's 1-0.
Seemed like all the momentum was going the Colonials' way. It seemed like they had sucked the life out of the Temple bench. And then just like that, Temple able to rejuvenate, slowly but surely growing their flame, and then they get one. Hodgson will try and flip that one up off the stick of Sharamonte before Temple sends it back in to be picked up by Isolde. Fighting for it along this near boards. Sent out by Moran. Up to Sharamonte. Sharamonte back to Moran. Moran with it. Sends it behind the net. Sent in front. Sharamonte had a nice chance to tip that one. Just bounces over the stick. The Owls moving in. Shot there. Glove save by Colburn. And a whistle.
Colonial's going to go back to the top unit here, and they really need something. They've had a couple really good looks trying to stretch out the Hurst and feed Rourke in the middle to get an open shot. But the Owls, as of recently, have started to lock that down the way they did in the first. But it's all going to start here with a face-off win and getting possession in the Temple zone.
Rorick, the first line for the Colonial. First line center, looking to win this draw. He won't. The Owls with possession into the slot. Rudolph. Pass there from Rudolph is intercepted by Hurst, who will try and send it all the way down. As a big slash upcoming. And a power play for Temple yet again. Draper chopping wood.
Yeah, it's the second penalty in a row for Hodgson that is really easily avoidable. I like getting the stick in there, but you got to get under. You can't go for top. That's just simple 101. You don't want to chop the lumber. You want to get under the lumber. And referee is going to see that anytime. I mean, even if he didn't, you see a broken twig flying across the ice. Chances are it's a slash right on the blade.
My mistake on that one. Thought it was 17. Ended up being 13 on that one. Sent down to Phillips. Temple now trying to get their second of the game. Sauer.
0 for 2 on the power play so far, Andrew.
Washneski back to Sauer. One more chance, sent in front, tip wide. Sent up and over everyone, where it is picked up by Stelicel. Back to the point. Takes a tumble, still able to get the pass across. One more chance, tipped by a lot of sticks, and ends up wide. Back to the point, Sauer. Sauer's shot, he's going to score! Too many bodies in front. And Nolan Sauer will make it 2-0 Temple.
Yeah, as you said, Andrew, that's the one downside of having 2 6'3" plus defensemen is for a smaller stature goaltender like Colburn, it's not going to be necessarily easy to see around those type of guys. And especially right in front of Sauer was Parchels Moran. So that's a triple screen in the front, and you're just not going to see that puck whatsoever. Beautifully executed by the Owls to expand this lead to 2.
First line jumping on for the Colonials. Trying to get this lead back. And the Owls will win the draw as they will possess the puck, send it in deep. Byrne will be the first one to it. He'll send it up to Rorick. Just a bad bounce off the skate. Could have been broken free. He'll still pick up his own mistake. Gets around 2, sends it down. Hurst back to Rorick. In front, send in front. He's going to score. Tyler Draper. And the lead is cut down to 1 with a great pass from behind the net.
It's exactly what you want to see there if you're the Colonials, is that play out in front that they've been trying time and time and time again. And this time Draper was left all alone and beats goalless to cut the deficit. Perfectly well done here by the Colonials to get at least 1 back on the board.
If I'm not mistaken, that'll very easily be Draper from Hurst and Rorick.
Should be.
It should be. Very interesting calls we've heard here on the RMU Ice Complex.
It's different what the referees see compared to us. And I think they have a better angle than what we do.
Sent in. Temple sent in front. Tipped just wide. Could have been bounced right back. Back to the point. Shot there. Save made by Colburn. And the save on Phillips there into another whistle.
And you were exactly right there, Andrew. And it's Draper on the goal, his 4th of the season from Rorick and Hurst. So the point streak for Rorick now expands to 4 games.
Incredible. Temple win that draw. Breckett. Barrett. Poked away by Patton. Sean Patton now. He's got speed moving in. Save made by Golis as he's falling back on that one.
Little extra as the forwards getting involved with the Owls defense, but what a chance to spring Patton free. And a nice stop from Golis. Had a little trouble, as you said, falling back to maintain that puck. But for the Owls, exactly what the doctor ordered there with the Colonials coming right down the left wall and getting an A-plus chance on net.
Another offensive zone face-off. Reed in for the draw. will win it over to Patton. Patton back to the point to Byrne. Byrne's shot gets deflected by multiple bodies and will make its way to Reed's stick. No one there. Makes way to Isaac at the point to Reed. Reed sent in front. Tipped out of the net. Could have had another backdoor tap in, did the Colonials. Isaac. He'll flip it in. It's picked up by Reed. Back to Martin. Martin tries to carry in, gets his pocket picked. And now Temple moving in. He'll flip it towards the net. Colburn will stop it. Not a good idea because Temple's the first one to it. Shot there is saved by Colburn. Another shot gets tipped wide by the man in front. Isaac will flip it up to Patton. Patton gets the zone, tries to leave it for Byrne. Byrne was not looking to go in the offensive zone as now Temple. Player falls over the blue line. Could have had a grade A opportunity. Byrne with it. Try and sends it through the middle, blocked. Into the slot, shot there, covered by Coburn. And a scuffle behind the net as Lutz is in with it and Draper as well.
Yeah, helmet coming off. There's that extra whack as the whistle blew that Draper didn't like. So they'll have to be separated after that one. Another good chance there for the Owls. But I want to go back to the miscue by Colburn and Byrne there. Just bad communication between the two. And then almost leads to an A-plus chance again for Temple to expand their lead. It's been a rough couple shifts for the RMU defense ever since the goal by Draper. They'll have to seemingly lock it down. Coach Kevin Mackey, the new assistant coach in charge of the defense, looking to rally his troops here and get some better showings.
No calls either side as the Colonials win the defensive zone draw. Fighting for it along the boards, though, before it's sent behind to Finnegan. Finnegan will chip it up to Hurst. Hurst can't get it out. Now he will, and now the Colonials got a break. Michael Hurst moving in, shot there, rebound is still available as that one squeaks out to the other side. No one there. Dobransky's shot gets blocked and ricochets all the way down the ice where he will pick it up and leave it for Draper. Draper will flip it forward. Intercepted by Dobransky. He's going to move in. Got a lot of bodies on him. Over to Hurst, and he's going to score! Michael Hurst, and it's a tie game. Great effort there by Dobransky to get that one.
This might come to a surprise here, but that's Dobransky's first ever point as a Colonial and first in his young career. And what a way to do it to tie this game at 2. A beautiful pickpocket and feed just going down the right wall. Gives it over to Hurst, who had all day and a lot of open space to beat goalless. We're tied at 2.
It's a tie game. Michael Hurst, that will be his 4th of the season as he gets on the board as we have 4 minutes left in the second period, and then we got to take a break out of this amazing hockey.
Yeah, that's going to be hard to do. And interesting with Hurst here, only 6 goals all of last season, just in the first couple of games, already up to 4. As
the shot there from Dobransky gets deflected off the blocker of goalless and almost makes it to the roof.
Yeah, it's just really impressive. This is a freshman that has come in and just really taken strides as a top guy on Coach Joseph's blue line. He could shoot, he's physical, he has the size, he's good defensively. He's only going to get better. He's only a freshman. Coach Joseph has 3 3/4 pretty much more years of him on the blue line.
Owls looking to bounce back. Sent all the way down. It will be picked up by Barrett. Barrett beating out the icing, sends it out to the point. Shot from the point goes way wide. Barrett putting on a lot of show here as he was the next one of that puck. Now Dobransky will clear it. Moran, not enough gas in the tank to get to that one. Now the Owls. They'll send it in to Dobransky once again. Owls looking for a change as it's sent over to Moran. Moran will flip it in and on net, and we will get a cover here and a little bit of a shove after a whistle.
The thing about this third line, Andrew, is we talked about their productivity on the score sheet, but when they're not producing, they are going to make their presence known in a variety of different ways. If that's the back check on defense, if that's getting involved in physicality, if it's taking a little slash behind the play, they're going to make their presence known. And that's why they're so effective for the Colonials all of last season and now coming into this year.
First line back out for Coach Joseph. Hurst will pick it off the Rorick face-off win. Tries to send it back to the point, but reading that beautifully were the Owls. Moving into the offensive zone, leaves it back for his, and now back to the point. Point shot by Sauer goes way wide. Almost into the netting, just barely drops lower. Draper will send it up to Rorick. Rorick with one on him. Poked away, but he will be the first one to get there. Sends it to Draper. Draper still with it. Into the slot towards Rorick. Rorick's shot there goes just through the paint. Hurst with it. He'll leave it for Rorick. Rorick in the corner. Sends it back to the point. Isaac. Isaac towards the slot. Rorick with it. Rorick can't get a clean shot. He'll pick it back up behind the net. Goes for a wraparound. And goes wide. And now here comes Temple. 2-on-1. Sent across. Blocked by Byrne. Great defensive effort there, but it turns over. Moving in. Coburn with a save. And a lot more pressure on Coburn. More fights along with it.
Yeah, Temple is taking play to the whistle very literal, and the Colonials are not happy about it. But Janish right on the back door, getting a couple pokes in. It's the right response from the Colonials, but it's the right play from Temple. You got to get in front of the net. You got to keep going until you hear that whistle.
2 minutes and a penny to go in the second period. Tied at 2. And Patton will get tossed from the face-off. Reed will come in. Seemingly they can both play centers as they both have.
Yeah, it's good versatility there for Coach Joseph's second unit.
Battling for it along the near boards. Hodgson will send it all the way around. And Owl will be the first one to it. Bullard's shot. Patton never saw it. Lutz behind the net. Reed makes a man miss, and now Reed's going to carry himself. He's going to flip it into the offensive zone. Poked away by Golis. Still with it, Reed. Somehow makes it way back to his stick towards the slot. No Colonials there. Intercepted by Patton on the clear attempt. Patton's shot goes wide. Looking for a stick there. No stick to be found. Reed sends it in front for Patton. Can't get the shot off. Hodgson sends it towards the net. Another one through the blue paint. Sent down. It's picked up again by Reed. Reed back to the point. Hodgson fans on the shot. Owls trying to move in. Hodgson with a great defensive effort. Separating man from puck. And now a changing Owls team set in front. Can't get a shot off his Moran. Back to the point. Shot there. Tip just wide. 30 seconds to go. Still fighting for it. Colonials with a lot of pressure here in the last 2 minutes. Temple trying to relieve some of that excess energy. Moving in. Makes a man miss. And a great save by Patton.
That's just a rookie defender in the Solty getting a little too comfortable in his position there, and a better play there by the Owls to get a shot on. And man, the last 2 minutes or so, Colonials with some really good looks in front of goalless again.
Walker's going to win that one back. Dobransky, 15 seconds on the clock. He's going to try and move it up. Moran has it. He'll move it over to Walker. Walker moving in off the bar. 6 seconds on the clock. And Walker rings it off the bar.
Yeah, that's beating everything but the bar here. It's actually even Al making his way to the dressing room early. That's Mitch Elliott with 6 seconds to go here. So we'll have to keep an eye on his status with him exiting just before the period expires.
Colonials could be looking for a quick one off the draw. Winning it forward was Rorick. But clearing it out almost as the Owls, and not another chance for a shot for the Colonials. As that's going to be the end of the second period, tied at 2. We've got ourselves, just as we expected, a very close game.
Yeah, it's been a really fun period here for the Colonials to just battle back after being down 2-0. They had the full possession to start the period. Owls get a couple ones in a couple minute span. Then RMU back on the forecheck again. Ties this game up at 2. And we talked about it being a really interesting rest of the game. Well, if you want to talk about technical terms, we're back to 0-0.
Yeah, 1 period to play. We're back to the start.
Yeah.
It's as if nothing happened yet.
No, nothing's happened
And we're
whatsoever.
just only playing a 1 period game.
Yeah, exactly.
So we will take a quick break. Clock has not started, so we don't know how long it'll be. Probably about the same 14 minutes.
Just about.
But we will be back in approximately 14 minutes for the final period of this game. Welcome back to the final period, the third period, the deciding period, the basically first period of this game, as it is tied 2-2 between the Colonials and the Owls. We are ready for third period of action, and it's like nothing happened.
Yeah, it's simply put, nothing happened, but also a lot happened at the same time. The Owls, middle of the second period, get a couple. RMU strikes back with 2 of their own. And all of a sudden, Andrew, what was seemingly we thought going to be a low-scoring game, maybe he's going to turn the pace a little bit here in period 3.
Pace definitely flipped last period.
For RMU, I want to see the first line get more active. They got one already, but a lot of their goal swings are going to come from them. And for Temple, it's just the lockdown D. The lockdown D is going to be the simplest thing here for Temple to win this game.
Draper's going to push that one forward off the face-off. But the Owls will take possession right off of that. Moving in, shot goes way wide. Going to make its way out to the point to Garfield, who's going to send it back in deep. Isaac fighting for it. Will be, eventually gets cleared out. Draper will send it over to Hurst. Hurst going to flip it in. Rorick can't get a stick on it. Byrne will pick it up. He'll send it over to Hurst. Hurst turns it over. Chance for the Owls turned over. Great chance there for Barrett if he can get a stick on that one.
Yeah, retracting my statement just a couple seconds ago, 2 goals from the first line so far. And surprisingly, you look down the list, Rorick obviously laying goals. He's the only one on that line without one so far. So keep an eye on number 19 of RMU.
That Keith Reed line jumping on for the Colonials. He's going to win it back to Byrne. Byrne going to send it across Martin. Out of his reach, Owls will pick it up. Lerner. Pressured by Reed. He'll move in himself. Lerner sends it down below the line. Fighting for it with a bunch of Colonials. Eventually to be turned over. Colonials have it. Martin. He'll flip it up. Reed. Turned over almost. Had a great opportunity. Owls fighting along themselves along the blue line. Now in front, Creasy. He'll try and send it out. Kept in at the line, just barely. Might have been over. The referee waves it off. Behind his own net. Lerner. He'll move it over. Creasy. Creasy and Patton take a tumble. Still makes its way an Owl bounce. And then cleared out in front of the net. Lansdowne sends it in. Coburn out to play it. He'll leave it off. Hodgson. He'll move it up. Flipped out of the net, out of the zone. Patton. In on Lansdowne as he gets taken out and takes out goalless in the process and the net.
It's going to be interesting where they want to spot this. I just think from the referee's look here, it's gonna go outside.
Looks like it will, because technically he did take the net out, even if it wasn't on his own power.
Yeah, I think those are the deciding factors. They want to say, did the Temple player drive him in, or was that mainly just Patton falling down and just going right into the net? I think the right call here, going outside.
Temple wins the draw. Turned over, though. Pass too far out of reach, and now Colonials on the pressure after the dump in. Walker's stick gets tied up. So here come the Owls. They'll manage in, move into the slot. Shot goes wide. Over to the far boards. Walker will reclaim as he gets taken down. Colonials still fighting with it. It'll be chipped out. Walker to the bench. Looked to be in a lot of discomfort there. Isolde moves that one up. Shot there by Moran is gloved and saved there. And we have a whistle.
Yeah, Walker looking to shake it off. They're not calling for the medic or anything, so just probably fighting it off for right now. But something to keep an eye on. Walker, a huge part of the Colonial lineup, and a big loss if he can't go the rest of this game.
Fourth line jumping on for Coach Joseph. Kohlberg will win that one back. It'll eventually make its way back to Finnegan's shot, blockered away by Golis. Finnegan will pinch in behind the net. Kohlberg, he'll end up with the puck. Tries to send it behind, but goes straight to the stick of Sauer, who will clear the zone. Dobransky will pick it up for the Colonials. He'll turn it over. Sauer will carry. Sauer in, blockered away. Dobransky hands it down, and now he will pick it up in the corner. He has two bodies draped all over him. Kohlberg in there to help. Two people fighting for it. Kohlberg trying to get it free. It'll eventually make its way over to Dobransky, who will send it around all the way to the point, leaving it there. And now, Kohlberg will pick it back up. Flips towards the boards. Takes a bounce off the stanchion. And a whistle for going out of play.
Fourth line showing the grit and grinding their way through this third period. I think this is a situation where Coach is going to ride all four lines. Something that usually in a 2-2 game you kind of shorten that bench. Right now, I don't think there's any reason to. You're going to run the 18 guys that you have. And also, a side note, Alejandro Apud, who is dressed in on the bench, still has not taken the ice yet in this game.
Lerner will take it off the draw for Temple. He'll send it across. Pass goes off his stick. Rorik pressuring in, forces a fumble, but recovered. Moving in. Barrett's shot blocked as he goes down off Finnegan. Finnegan still fighting for it. Towards the slot. Shot goes wide. Back to the point. Shot there goes wide. Another chance for Barrett. Shot's blocked. Pass there is intercepted, and now here comes Hurst. Hurst moving in. He's getting chased. Tries to send it across. Great stick there. Draper still with it. He gets poked off the puck. Rorik fighting with it. And now Phillips. He'll be able to take it out of the zone. Gets left by Draper. Just Draper didn't know where the puck was. Finnegan will send it all the way up to Rorik. He'll flip it into the offensive zone. It'll be picked up by Garfield. Give it to his D partner. Goes back his way. Elliott back on the ice. He'll leave it off. Moving in. Bortone gets taken down. Colonials with it. Martin across to Reed. Reed moving in. Gets 1D to miss. Sends it toward the slot. No one there. Garfield will flip it up to Bortone. Bortone gets taken down by a hit by Patton. Moving in Sauer. Sauer's shot. Send it into the corner. Back to Garfield. Garfield's shot blocked by Dobransky. Dobransky fighting for it in the corner. Loses his stick. It goes back to Garfield. Garfield across. Sauer towards the slot. Shot there gets saved by Coburn. Shot there. Another block by Martin that time. As now Temple will pick it up in their own zone. Across to Garfield. Garfield back to Sauer. Sauer sends it all the way up. Patton will intercept. He'll flip it back to Moran. Moran already in offensive zone. Shot there goes off a goalless and all the way wide to Walker. Byrne. He'll pass that one up. Isaac over to Walker. Walker's shot gets blocked in front. Rebound is loose. Fighting for it. Moran's shot just barely squeaks wide. Isaac will send it down. Moran behind the net to get there. Leaves it off. No Colonials in sight. Walker has to chase it as he beats Lerner. Byrne gets it poked off his stick. And he'll pick it up now. This time, he'll move in. Rob Byrne waits, puts on the brakes, tries to hit Walker. Byrne gets absolutely leveled in the process, too. As here come the Owls. Down will be sent all the way across. Lansdowne, he'll lose it. Get it back. Fighting for it along the wall. Back to the point. Point shot off of Coburn. Back to the point once more. Sends it down again. Sends a cross shot there off the one-timer. Back to the point, Lansdowne. Lansdowne's going to send it in deep. Picked up behind the net. Shot there, save made Coburn. Back the other way behind the net. Shot there, gets hit, deflected. Sharamonte's clear attempt will make its way out on the second chance. And Lansdowne. He'll leave it back for Bortone. And regrouping both teams going for a change.
They need it. This has been constant back and forth. Both teams just trying to catch a breath here.
Temple's going to send it right back in deep. Isolde there. Bounces off his stick and goes an owl away. Four bodies all in the corner fighting for it. It'll eventually squeak its way out, and Rorick will be the first one to it. He'll send it around. Hurst trying to flip it out, but kept in at the blue line by Garfield. Isolde gets taken down. Hurst with a great positioning there. He'll able to move up. He'll leave it for Draper. Draper to Rorick in the slot. Save made by Golis.
Finally get the whistle. You hear fans maybe in the background. I don't know if you did, Andrew, but both fans wanting calls both ways. Refs keeping the whistles away. I like it for right now, but there definitely could have been a couple on both sides. But to keep it 5-on-5 is probably the best pace of play here. But the Colonials still without a power play. So they do have an argument for a makeup call, possibly, throughout the next 11:30.
Colonials doing a great job keeping it in. Patton will send it in deep. It'll be picked up by Phillips. Phillips tries to clear. Colonials keep it in once again. That one by Reed. Phillips still with it. He'll send it behind the net. Martin, the first one to it for the Colonials, sends it in front. Patton had a chance. Hodgson at the line. Shot gets tipped by Patton and into the netting.
Love the execution from this line. Move it back to the point. Put bodies in front. Get the deflection. That one just a little too high, but well done here by the Reed unit. Using all five guys on the ice and cycling that puck around. I'll say quickly here, this is the first of two games between these two teams. They play tomorrow at 2:30 as well, so gotta save some energy here for both sides. They're really laying on the line right now.
Reed with a huge hit as you say that. Stelasio now. He'll carry for Temple out of the zone. Tries to go through the middle, intercepted. Hodgson tries to send it back and intercepted back the other way for the Colonials. Here comes Reed, 2-on-1 developing. Reed shot save made by Golis. Covering the pass was the defenseman, so he took the shot.
Yeah, right play there from Keith Reed. Patton was on the back door. He had to take a lot of puck luck to get to his stick. So a nice attempt from Reed. Golis, who's been active on his goal crease on that post all night long, challenging, makes the stop, gets the whistle.
First unit jumping out for Coach Joseph. Seemingly seeing a lot of possession. Dobransky's shot off the pad. Here's Bortone. He'll carry for Temple. He'll move it over. Lansdowne. He'll send it towards the net. Gets poked out of Coburn's glove, it looked like. But it goes a Colonial bounce. Draper trying to beat out the icing. Just barely gets beat by Roscoe.
Yeah, you are correct there with the Colburn glove. It comes out of the net to cover that up. And a stick as he flips his glove down, pokes that free. And a chance for Temple in the offensive zone. Man, this third period's flying. I think the second period is probably one of the shortest we've called all season long. These two teams will just constant back and forth.
Shot there goes high and wide. Bortone with it on the point. He'll move it up to his forward. Shot there, gloved away by Coburn. And another quick whistle.
I'm going to have a commentator's jinx on that, aren't I? We're going to have about 100 whistles over the next 10-11.
Probably.
It's the way it works, I guess. You speak about something, then the opposite happens, right?
Temple wins the draw. Back to the point. Shot there, gloved away. And we get another quick whistle in 4 seconds.
Temple off the draw shots. Love the idea, but Colburn's having a lot of room on the top of the blue paint to make those saves. No bodies in front. They want to capitalize. They got to get a winger in there quick.
Dobransky, he'll send it around. Hurst will chip it just out of the defensive zone. Rorick on the chase. He just has one to beat. He'll take it in. Shot is blocked. And now he'll fight for it. Along the far boards, Roscoe. He'll move it over to Elliott. Elliott tries to find a man. He will find one on the far boards. It's Croce. Sends it behind as all of Temple was changing. He had no help. Big hit there. And sent back in. And around 2 Owls around Finnegan. Finnegan finally getting some help. It'll poke its way out to Hurst. Hurst, he'll flip it up. Moving in is Sharamonte. He has one shot save made. Rebound into the corner. Lerner will be the first one there. It's going to be sent around. Sharamonte will meet him there. Digging for it. Sharamonte still somehow comes out with the puck there. Despite 2 Owls all over him, he'll eventually lose it. But he had another opportunity for a wraparound.
Yeah, he really did. He's been a cannon all night long. In terms of physicality, shots, skating, he's just been all over the ice.
Temple will lose it. Garrett Walker moving in. He's got speed. One on him. Goes for the clear in attempt. Lerner is right there to block it.
The referee with a stick over here on the left-hand side of the screen.
Colonials in front. Great chance. Save there. Sharamonte had a great chance. Goalless. Almost got caught going the wrong way as we have the medic moving over to Temple's bench now.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see who they're going to check out there, but moving back to the Sharamonte play, a little give and go with Moran. Tried to pick the 5-hole goalless. Gets down, makes the stop. What could have been an easy goal there for the Colonials goalless, making it very difficult with those chances in front of the net. It looks like it's Garfield on the side of the bench here, Andrew.
Patton, he'll leave it back for Byrne. Byrne all the way across to Isaac. Isaac in deep. Reed, the first one to it, ramps up the back of the net and too far out of Patton's reach. Patton gets taken down, and now here come the Owls once more. Phillips moving in, save made, and no rebound.
Looks like Garfield to the right of us off camera, getting something with the left arm. Left elbow area maybe checked out. So we'll keep you updated on that, but a large part of this Owl defense revolving around number 4. A big loss for them right now.
Reed will win the draw back. Goes for a pass off the boards. Patton able to clear it. And now Temple will carry. Moving in. Stalacios tries to send it towards the slot. No one there. Shot there goes way wide. Big windup on that shot. That one goes into Coburn for another cover. 7:56 on the clock.
We get a little more pushing and shoving behind the play. Reed's been involved in a lot of it. I think it's a lot of the second line has just been really feisty after whistles. But both of these teams, I think there's going to be some boiling over going into tomorrow's contest. I think a lot is still to come here in the next 8 minutes in terms of physicality.
And we also need at least one more goal.
Yeah.
From either side. So the later it gets, the more it'll sting the losing team.
Yeah, it really does, especially a quick turnaround to be back in the rink in only about 12 hours.
Hodgson fans on the pass attempt. That one goes towards the slot. No one able to get there. It'll eventually make its way down. Hodgson will get there. Has a body on him. He'll eventually make its way out. Hurst. He'll carry over the blue line. Flips it into the offensive zone. Draper on the chase for the Colonials. There's a huge hit on Roscoe from Draper. As Hodgson does not get fooled by that move. And now it'll come back in. Lansdowne. He'll carry. He'll move it into the slot. Across shot save made. Coburn and covered. 7:03 to go.
Yeah, Hodgson, a veteran defenseman. This is year number 3 for him. He's seen a lot. He's not going to let a little tuck between the legs and get around. He knows better. He's a physical up-front defenseman. You're not getting around number 13 that easy.
Temple will win this draw, sent on net and cleared out of the front of the net by Hodgson. Walker, he'll send it around the far boards. It'll get kept in, though. Fighting for it, multiple Colonials. Flipped over to Isolde. Isolde's flip it up. Walker to Sharamonte. He'll send it in deep. It's going to be picked up and cleared out by Phillips. He'll get it out of the zone. Walker will intercept the pass. As that one's going to go off a Owl helmet. Almost took a Colonial bounce off the helmet. But cleared all the way down and on net, so no icing. Good bounce for the Temple.
Yeah, really good bounce. Look at a couple of changes here as well.
Hodgson. He has room, so he's going to carry. He'll go over the red line and the blue line into the slot. Shot goes wide. Make its way over to Sharamonte. Sharamonte's shot goes wide as well. Make its way out to Hodgson at the point. Hodgson can't keep it in as he's going to get blown up. Offside was called too. And the Temple bench went a little happy there.
Oh, that was an amazing hit from the Owls. Right as the whistle blew, Hodgson caught with his head down and gets lit up just beyond the blue line. We saw Josh Garfield as well there. Was that a green ace wrap?
It was very neon, that's for sure.
I get the ace wrap, but a neon green ace wrap. You could see that thing from probably the rink next door of how bright it was.
Lerner will pick it up in his own zone. He'll leave it. Moving in, fumbling with it. Reed gets taken down. Both men taken down. And it's going to go. It will go. I know you're pointing out who it was. But my thought was that it was on the Colonials. It is.
Wait a minute. Whoa. They're taking both.
They're taking Patton, who was not involved, probably an unsportsmanlike.
They're going to try to talk it over, but the initial call was on Creasy for the trip on Reed. I thought they were taking Reed because Creasy did fall.
That's why I didn't say anything at first, is I was like, are they taking Reed for the trip, or are they taking them for the trip?
I'm waiting for a signal from the referee. He hasn't given one.
Is there someone in the Temple box? I don't think there is.
Creasy is in the box. He
is? Oh.
It's
from my
hard
angle.
to tell from the angle,
I can see
but
it now.
You see the red helmet just kind of drenched on the side there.
We'll have to hear from Phil Pachinski.
But it only has two
what the pattern
on the...
is. Could be, and it is a 5-on-4.
Yes.
So it could be a penalty that doesn't result in a power play.
Or coincidental both ways.
Hurst sent in front, and he's going to score right in front of the net. It's Rorick. No, it's Moran. And they take the lead on the power play. It's 3-2 Colonials.
What a look for Moran in front. Not much of a power play guy. They move him up to the top unit, park him in front, and a lot of loose battles in front. Goals of bounce for number 18 in gray. And the Colonials take the lead. Goal number 4 of the year for Moran.
The jersey tech got me in there.
It's hard because Rourke got the tuck too. It's just a tiny little, like the 9 just kind of gets hit.
Yeah. Temple now, they're going to be full pressure now after giving up their first lead of the game. They're in the offensive zone now. It's turned over. Here is Rorick. Actually Rorick, as he sends it over to Hurst. Hurst waits, sends it over to Rorick. Behind the net. Rorick tries to send it in the slot, goes right to the stick of Rudolph. Sent behind. Temple fighting for it behind the net. Still a lot of bodies behind the net. Eventually Byrne will pick it up. And he'll carry into the zone. He'll flip it in. As everyone going to go for a change as we have an official scoring update right here.
Yeah, Moran power play goal from Hurst, but the more important thing, 10-minute misconduct to Patton.
So he's done for the game unless it goes into overtime.
Yes.
In which he'll come back with like 30 seconds left.
Yeah, it's just close around that marking, but Patton's going to have to make a nice little home in there for the next little bit.
Temple get called for icing here. They're not happy because they're not allowed to change now. As Lauer was fully on the ice, or Sauer, and he did not want to come off.
Yeah, I don't blame him. It was close enough where you maybe could sneak him on the ice with enough time. But regardless, icing on Temple is not a good look with 4:34.
Walker going to win that one to the boards. Turned over, though, as 2 Owls were all over him. Sent around. Just chipped wide. Past a falling Learner. And now Sharamonte gets around one. Gets taken down. And he'll be the first one to it. Sends it out to the slot. No one there. Walker swings at it. Not enough to get on net, though. Here come the Owls. Off in the offensive zone. Pass is blocked there by a falling Moran, I believe. Hodgson will flip off his stick as he tries to move in. Back and forth. The puck is going. It's going to be picked up by Sauer now. He's going to dangle around Walker. He'll send it across. Shot there is blocked by Hodgson. Picked up by Moran. Moran will flip it out. No Colonial in the process, but Sauer will be the first one to it still. Moran right on him. Pickpockets him. Martin between the behind the back, right to Reed. Reed had a great chance and a huge hit there on Thalassio as well. This line is buzzing. Sent across. Temple's going to send it in deep. Coburn can't get there in time. Finnegan with a huge hit. Leaves it off for Martin. Martin up to Reed. Reed will send it hard in and around. Goalless, though, able to stop it. Was not Reed's intention. Thalassio gets poked off by Martin. Battling for it. Martin will be the first one to it. He'll leave it for Reed in the corner. Reed back to Dobransky. His shot gets blocked. 2:40 to go in the game. Finnegan tries to go for a spin around. Turns it right over. Coming back is great back check. But it's now behind the net. Barrett still holding back to the point. Lerner's shot gets tipped. High stick on Temple. And the Colonials will just let him blow it dead.
Yeah, smart move. You want to kill as much clock as you can here and get the whistle to get your fresh bodies on. If you're Temple, Andrew, I know this draw's going to come outside, but if you win the draw and get it into the RMU zone, do you take goalless?
It's too early, I believe.
You wait till about the minute 30 mark or
That's
later?
I'm going a little later, 1:15.
Okay.
How back and forth this game has been. You want it as much as you can with as little out as you can. That didn't make any sense, but it made sense in my head.
I kind of get it.
Isaac will move it up to Draper. Draper will send it in deep. Rorick on the chase for the Colonials. The Owls will have it, though. Sauer. Goalless will go. Rorick almost pickpockets, though. Goalless is looking. Hurst will get it almost out. Kept at the point. Shot is blocked. Cleared out of the zone. Goalless can't leave yet. Every time he's tried to leave, the Colonials get possession. Byrne will have it behind the net. Leaves it for Hodgson, actually. Draper. He'll flip it out. And now, Colonials have done a great job keeping it out. Turned over once again. Sauer. He'll send it in deep. Hodgson has it. Net is officially empty as that one will take a bounce into the Colonial bench. 1:14 to go. Net empty. 6-on-5 for Temple.
Yeah, we were both half right. As soon as I said that, he was kind of at the hashes waiting for his moment. But Colonials just keep pushing it right back to center ice. You can't get the goalie out at that point. But as soon as they hit the minute 20 mark, you just had a feeling no matter what, goalless was coming out of the net. As we actually will get a timeout on Temple here.
Yeah, timeout Temple here. They're going to talk it over, maybe draw up a little play here. Try and get this 1:14 to score one. They've beaten Coburn twice, but then 3 unanswered for the Colonials on goalless.
Yeah, since that moment when the second goal, Colburn has really locked it down to his end. Goalless has also looked really well. It's nothing against the 3 goals against on goalless. He has been a really brick wall for the Owls all night long. All the goals have been just really good shots or just some bad rebounds where the defense just isn't there to help them out. So regardless of the outcome, I think if you're a Temple fan, you got to be pretty proud of yourself for this game. They keep it, even if the Colonials score here, pretty much a 1-goal game the entire way through.
Well, the score sheet will say 4-2. We all know it'll be 3-2 if the Colonials score the empty netter here.
Yeah, and of course, if you tie this game up, send it to OT. regardless,
It's
you're
still
sending
one
a
goal game.
really good team into overtime. And do I have to bring back the stat again from the last time we had a game? 66% of games that we have broadcasters on the Olympic rink have gone to extra time. One of them involving D1.
Yeah.
Not yet. Just kidding. Trying to fact check you there.
Oh. Temple will get the offensive zone face-off. Moving into the draw. 1:14. Timeout Colonials now, as now we got to make more small talk.
I'll say here, Andrew, I like that. I like that call from Coach Joseph. It's like in football when, you have a game-winning kick on the line, and the first team calls a timeout just to get everything situated, and then you go up the line to kick, in this case line up the face-off, you say, let's call a timeout again. Let's get in their head. I love that move from the Colonials here. Because now the Owls are still on edge. They think they're ready. They're going to go out with a lot of power, a lot of pressure. And now they got to wait. Because now the Colonials are just going to kill some more time.
Yeah.
The Colonials know what they're going to do. This is just a pure get in their head, waste some more time.
Yeah, that's a smart move because I don't know when you're going to get another chance if you're Coach Joseph.
You're not. Because knowing the pace of this game, the next 74 seconds are more than likely probably going to be constant.
It's going to be interesting as now we get moving into the face-off. Looks like it will be Berchutsky taking the draw for Temple. Jumping in off the face-off. It's Hurst as he's going to come all the way down, gets taken down. Penalty upcoming for Temple. They're going to touch it, and it will be a goal. Michael Hurst will get the empty net goal. And it is 4-2 Colonials, a minute exactly on the clock.
Well, that's one way to score the empty netter. I think without the trip, that goes in. I think that's the right call from the referees. But Hurst, second of the game, make that 5 on the season. He has just had a remarkable start to the year.
As now Temple need 2 goals in a minute. Not impossible, especially winning off the face-off here. Moving in. A lot of bodies behind the net. Hurst still with it. Going to kill a lot of time. He'll flip it out of the offensive zone. Moved over, intercepted. Moran, he'll move it over. Sharamonte. And a power play for the Colonials coming up. And he's tossed. Don't see who that is now. That is Bortone. As that could implement tomorrow.
Yeah, that's a bad hit from Bortone to get in there on Moran, take him all the way into the wall. And I was going to say about 10 seconds before that, Andrew, is why didn't goals come out? Temple had possession in the O zone. Why not just try?
Yeah. It's almost like you're giving up then.
Yeah, it kind of is. And that, I think, just kind of playing the mind game of Bortone there, you don't see your goalie out when you're in the O zone. You kind of just know at that point it's over. And at that point, you get mad, you get aggressive, and you take a dumb penalty like that.
As that could very much implement our game tomorrow. Could see a suspension. Unlikely if I do say so myself.
Yeah, at this point, you're looking at just a tenner and a rough maybe included in there. You might get, they're going to at least give him a 2. But I think a 2 and 10 is easy. But power play for the Colonials at minimum here. And if you're RMU, I'm not opposed to just going full throttle here and getting a goal.
Full throttle, make Bortone upset even more than he was.
We already know there's going to be boiling blood going into tomorrow. If you're at this point in the Colonials, you have a chance to score. I'm not opposed to taking that opportunity.
38 seconds to go. Colonials will win this draw. Draper will send it around. Moran to get it. He'll leave it for Hurst. Hurst will turn it over as here comes Lansdowne. He'll move in across. Shot there goes wide. 22 seconds. Colonials, maybe now they're just going to let it die.
Yeah, probably the right thing. But Portone, 2 for cross-checking and a 10 unsportsmanlike.
That one's going to be sent across, and a big hit there by Draper takes the man down. 5 seconds to go. Draper in a wrestling match, as that will be it for this game. Colonials take it 4-2 off a late goal from Moran on the power play, and then the empty net miss by Hurst that counts because he was tripped. Colonials take it 4-2 over the Temple Owls.
Yeah, a really interesting game to say the least here, Andrew, but Colonials get the win at the end of the day. But as we said time and time again, it's not over quite yet. There's a game tomorrow at 2:30. We got to wait the status on Bortone, and you just know that Temple, they're going to avoid the handshake line here. Interesting.
Maybe it's we don't have that many 2-game series this year. I think they only do it after the second game.
Nope, every game.
Oh.
And you see actually Nate Isaac talking to the Temple bench, like, why are we not doing that? Like, usually, I mean, this is 4 years of us doing it. I think after every game it's supposed to be a handshake, regardless if you play the team again. I
don't know. This could be a Temple thing that their league doesn't do it, so they don't expect to do it.
If I stand corrected, I think RIT is in their league.
Oh, I don't know.
They did it. I might be wrong in that assumption because all those Eastern teams are just kind of grouped together and they're 3 different divisions somehow. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. But the no handshake's really interesting to me.
It's interesting. Could be a get in the head thing. I don't know if that's what Joseph is talking about, Coach Joseph over there, or if he's talking about something else, maybe the suspension tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see. But Colonials take it 4-2, and I think it wasn't the most clean game by any means by both teams, offensively, defensively. But in the end, the score sheet favors the RMU. And I think if you're a Temple fan, I've said it throughout the game, I don't think there's much to really hang your hat on.
I think the only thing that you can be really upset about is that penalty in the last couple seconds, because that could have some implications for tomorrow, as we keep saying. But despite that, Temple played really good. RMU just slightly outplaying them this game, getting the 4-2 win, 3-2, basically 3-2 win.
Yeah, basically. And I think you can go back to the penalty as well, but also Patton goes to the box. I mean, technically you're taking 2 guys there, so Colonials only had 1 power play. Temple had 2. You look at penalty standpoint, Temple, they had 3. Sorry, you're right, and they only went 1 for 3.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can't look at saying, oh, it wasn't an evenly called game. Temple had slightly more, and both teams end up with a power play goal regardless.
Yep. So that will do it here tonight. RMU wins 4-2 over Temple, increasing their record to 5-4, finally over the 500 hump this season. They will be back tomorrow at 2:30 to take on Temple once again. We will also have at 8:15 the D4 Colonials will take on Cal U in a rematch from just a week ago.
That's always a fun match. I love when Cal and RMU get together. It's always been a hard-nosed, a gritty match that goes down to the wire. Those 2 teams do not like each other.
Not at all. We will be back at 2:30 for D1 versus Temple, 8:15 for D4 versus Cal U.